So we talked about this idea of unity, and wanted to hit with this idea. Like, we are a fractured nation right now. I don't think anybody would disagree with that. Maybe somebody would, but I think the majority of
Yeah,
the
that's
nation
the problem
feels.
though. Is like you say nobody would disagree with that, but like somebody's gonna come
Yeah.
out and be like, oh no no no.
Well, if somebody's gonna, because I said it and I'm a
Right.
conservative, then somebody that is a liberal is gonna say, well, I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
Right.
Vice versa. Too.
So we need to all be looking for an answer to this. And when we're in times like this, everybody, of course, wants to know, okay, what do the professionals think? Like, whether it's a psychiatrist or somebody that specializes in politics, or let's say, a preacher. What is the solution? And here's something that was interesting on a national radio show. A political pundit was asked that question, like this unity thing, like where do we go from here? How do we get out of it? And her answer was prayer. And this is normally politics don't necessarily, at least, mix with religion, spirituality. And that's, part of the problem is religion versus spirituality. Because then you can disagree on religion and which religion is right and all of these things. But when I heard that, this is what I thought. I thought, well, of course prayer is the answer.
It's always the answer.
It's always the answer.
Prayer and love
Yeah.
will always be the answer.
And you know what it made me think of? It made me think of, and you may have experienced this, maybe you're out preaching the gospel and you're teaching a class on Sunday. And teaching youth. So I remember teaching youth classes in church on Sunday, and you ask the question, especially in the teenage group, because nobody wants to answer the question, and they don't know the answer, and the kids don't. They're not sure what the answer is, and so they always answer prayer, faith, service, love, and you know what? They're right. Those are always the right answer. And so to me, when I look at where we are right now, and we are a nation that is fractured, that is divided, that is sometimes not trying to come together, the answer is prayer. And the reason why is because sometimes that's the only person we can talk to. Because my ego gets so caught up when I'm having a conversation with somebody else that I can't help but start to get in my head or in my ego. And then now I'm starting to have a fight with you. Mm. And because they're imperfect too, their natural response is, oh, you want to fight with me? Let's go. Mm-hmm. And so now all of a sudden, instead of having a conversation about unity, we're having a fight. So the cool thing is, in prayer, I can go to God and I can get mad and he can handle it. And he's not going to get mad at me because he understands the formula here, right? The solution is hate doesn't, cure hate.
Yeah.
Only love can do that. And so when I'm talking with God, even if I'm mad at him, then at least it doesn't turn into a fight. Unless I want to make it a fight.
You can wrestle with God, you're going to lose, but you can wrestle with him.
Right? And so I think, the message that I was thinking about as we were getting ready for the show today is that prayer is the answer, and connecting with divine is the answer. And sometimes connecting with divine is connecting with another person.
Right.
Or it's connecting with nature.
Right.
Or it's just connecting with whatever your understanding of God is.
Right. Well, I was going to ask you about that too, because obviously our nation is divided, but in my opinion, the reason why we are divided is because it's a very diverse nation, and there are people out there who are atheists, and there's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. I got love for everybody, whether they believe in a God or they have a different religion, whatever it may be. But what is your message to them? Like, who are they praying to, or what are they praying for?
That, which is a great question. And the reason why, like, I love this conversation is because, as some people know, I'm in recovery myself, and an addict with the disease of addiction. I work as a counselor. One of the things, and I've talked about this before, the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous opened the door for spirituality for me, even though I was raised in religion, and there were a lot of great things that were there that I didn't learn at that time. And when I was introduced to the big book, it taught me what spirituality and relationship with divine really is like. And in that book, there's an entire chapter that is written to the agnostic, right? To the person, the atheist and the agnostic. And it gives a breakdown on how to figure out, like, what can I believe in?
Yeah.
Because nobody doesn't believe in anything. Even when we do this, I'm knocking on wood. Why am I doing that? Because I believe, that's going to help me. Right? But that's not real. Or maybe it is. Right? But we are we take leaps like that every day.
Just waking up is
believing in stuff that we can't see, we can't understand.
Right.
One of the examples is you turn on that light switch and you believe the light's going to come on. Why? Because you know exactly how electricity works? Because you've seen it? No, because the evidence has manifested itself for you. And so, for the atheist or the agnostic, you don't have to believe in somebody's opinion or whatever their understanding of God is.
Or a specific religion. Exactly.
We get to decide for ourselves what that looks like.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was in Hawaii and you and Tane and Aiden were here in Utah. And I would go to the ocean at night.
It's a powerful thing.
Yeah. And I would go and I would swim out a little ways, and I would lay there in the ocean and I would look at the stars. And I would feel connected to the ocean from this shore to the continental United States to my children. And that was spirituality for me. That was connection with divine for me. And what do we need? Like, we need more of that in our lives. And I think as we try to pursue that, then the solutions come in those moments when we're connected with each other and connected with divine. So, yeah, we got some issues. We got some problems, there's no doubt. But guess what the answer is? The answer is prayer. The answer is love. The answer is service. Those answers remain the same. It's still the answer. Guess what? The answer is not revenge, right? The answer is not gossip. Never has been. But we go there thinking like, this is where I'm going to find my relief. But the solution isn't there. So whoever said that, I'm not even sure what this lady's name was that made that statement. But I would say to that statement that the answer is prayer, I'll say amen to that.
Amen.
Amen. We love you.